Thank you for joining us. Today we have some very special guests to talk to us about the Dana Point Harbor renovation and the huge project that's going to be up ahead. I have Scott Burnham, and I also have Brian Ward, and then Lisa Bartlett, who is here with us today. But before we go into the project itself, we're going to take a look at this video.
Imagine a harbor that injects an appreciation for its history into the hearts of visitors while providing them with an invigorating meeting place that enhances a sense of community, improves local businesses, and serves as an even greater Orange County icon. This place is where future memories are made. A boy's first time on a boat, a grandmother's birthday celebration on the Great Lawn, a couple's oceanfront hotel getaway. In the backdrop of these memories is a decorated setting worthy of the area's rich maritime past, with details such as gabled roofs, natural cedar shingles, corrugated metal siding, shiplap, vintage street lanterns, and flags moving freely in the ocean breeze from storefronts. A classic seafaring motif is woven within the comfort and convenience of modern amenities. This is the vision of the DPHP team for the Dana Point Harbor. Upon arrival, visitors are welcomed by a view of the Pacific Ocean and new seaside village embracing the marina in the distance. Native-inspired landscape provides buffer zones throughout the parking areas and screens the partially submerged parking structure. The new parking layout and management system improves the visitor experience by allowing smooth transitions for pedestrians and boaters. Revitalized, timeless, and eclectic, the seaside village links the marina to retail and restaurant experiences. Historical signage and artwork are discovered along the many garden pathways here and are reinforced throughout the harbor, connecting each area with colorful messages that celebrate the cherished past of this local treasure. Children climb on large sculptures and play near the exposed whale tail that offers misting jets of water to cool them on warm days. An upper-level observation tower and pier offers exciting views of the marina and extended retail and dining options. Dana Point's strong tradition with whale watching is reflected in the beautiful whale sculpture that rises from the plaza, welcoming visitors to the Catalina Express and sport fishing excursions. Additional gardens, a fish weigh station for interactive fun, and a demonstration stage provide ample opportunities for entertaining and marine educational experiences for all ages. The boardwalk is the real connection between the pedestrian and the marina, the land and sea. Its rugged textural material reinforces a bond to the recreational marina and echoes the harbor's roots. The wider, meandering pathway provides an ebb and flow along the railing, allowing easier pedestrian and boater passage. The marina design eliminates all gates for the boardwalk, improving the experience for all who enjoy the harbor. Within the village, there are 8 flexible open areas for public or private events. The Great Lawn accommodates various forms of stadium and picnic seating and provides the community with a gathering place for art exhibitions, farmers markets, concerts, outdoor yoga, movies on the lawn, annual festivals, and more. This memorable space neighbors the Surfing Heritage Museum, where guests learn about the area's surf culture and participate in programs that enhance awareness and enjoyment of this natural resource. In partnership with the World Surfing League, the museum is a tribute to local surf legends and modern surf champions. Near the museum, visitors can enjoy Quicksilver's innovative retail concept, Board Riders Club, which features colorful surfboard carousels, a coffee and wine bar, a working surfboard shaping studio, lectures, surfing exhibits, and more. Now a destination capable of welcoming boats of all sizes, Dana Point Harbor is a full-service, world-class marina. A reconfigured dock and ramp system provides superior public access and incorporates the highest of environmental standards, such as cutting-edge fiberglass rods and whalers system, and in-slip pump-out stations. The full-service concierge dry stack facility is the first of its kind on the West Coast and offers state-of-the-art technology for immediate boat retrieval and launch services from your smartphone. The dry stack includes storage for over 400 boats, an innovative racking system, and architectural fabric screening to blend with the neighboring retail. A newly remodeled day boater parking and launch area features specialty wash stations and more. Along the Marina Boardwalk, boaters enjoy patio spaces offering an outdoor bar, fire pits, lounge seating, private barbecues, and intimate gardens, all amidst easily accessible boat facilities, providing grocery, laundry, and retail. With direct access to valet service, boaters find this portion of the marina an added benefit, full of smart convenience and beautiful scenery. 2 different hotel options provide visitors with the opportunity to make their harbor experience last a little longer. The world-class full-service hotel is pushed up to the Marina Boardwalk to maximize ocean views and marina access. Guests enjoy valet service and have 130 rooms and suites with balconies to choose from, along with quality meeting spaces, a specialty restaurant with outdoor terrace, expansive rooftop lounge, fitness and spa facilities, and a pool and lawn area with private cabanas. Covered boater parking is available under the hotel, with level access to the boardwalk and boat slips. The Quality Select affordable hotel is also situated to maximize ocean views and to offer guests convenient marina access. The DPHP team knows that Dana Point Harbor will serve as a pioneer for the future of harbor lifestyle. We feel honored by the opportunity to work alongside the County of Orange to revitalize a community jewel located in our backyard and bring this long-awaited project to life.
Welcome back. So as you can see, it's a huge project that requires retail, marina, a complete project. So Lisa, gosh, what an undertaking for everyone, but congratulations. And why don't you give us a little overview?
Well, first of all, it's great to be back on Laguna Woods TV. This is a project that is literally 20 years in the making. You know, I've lived in Dana Point now for over 30 years, so I'm so excited for this project to get started. The harbor is over 50 years old. It's an aging county asset that is in need of major revitalization. So we're starting on this project. We have a master lease that's signed. And as you know, originally this project was to be a government-led project. And I felt that government doesn't build out harbors, and it's really not our core competency. So we changed it to a public-private partnership. We have our team that's moving forward on the private sector side, and I'm really excited with all the individual partners that comprise this team. They're all best in class, and we'll put together a phenomenal project that will be there in the harbor for the long term for the residents to enjoy.
Okay, well, great. And we have actually one of those partners, but a company that consists of you two. We have Scott Burnham, and then we have Brian Ward, and that's Burnham Ward Properties. And your responsibility primarily is, you said, the core commercial part of it. So tell me what that entails.
We've got first of all, the Dana Point Harbor is made up of 3 integral parts that all integrate together. And so we have the marina, we have the commercial core, and then we have the hotel component. And in addition to that, we have a lot of common area that acts for event space, etc. And so the commercial core will be made up of approximately 125,000 square feet. And I think our goal is, you know, Dana Point means so much to so many people. And so we have been able to kind of bring the best in class as to the disciplines that really can carry the vision forward through the next 100 years, and that being those 3 disciplines. We've got Artie Olson, who will head up the hotel. We've got Bellwether, who has vast experience in the marine industry, and then of course we've got Burnham Ward that will head up the commercial core.
Okay, all right.
And so, you know, having said all that, our vision is really to enhance the community experience down in Dana Point by bringing together, you know, the beachside experience and allowing the community to be able to benefit from the open spaces, the commercial core, the boating, the surfing, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And that's all going to be done through this enhanced community experience where we will really it's really going to start with the architecture. And the architecture, I think, for lack of a better term, will be that beachside architecture. California beach is probably the best definition that'll pay homage to not only the coastal area, but also the personality of Dana Point itself.
Right, okay. So Brian, you guys have an awful lot of experience in a variety of different areas. Is a marina new for you?
Well, waterside development is not new for
Okay.
us. We've done a lot of that. It's interesting. One of the reasons why we formed this team is because there's not a lot of great examples of a single team that can bring together, experience in all of these component pieces. So by approaching the project the way we did, we've sort of ensured that each component piece, each specialty group, will be, as Scott said, addressed by best in class.
Right.
And although we all have ownership interests in everything, and it was a very deliberate model to create because we're all co-invested in everything, Scott and I will primarily focus on the thing that we do best, which is sort of that experiential retail experience, and give our partners the chance to thrive at what they do best. So
Maybe you can help our viewers sort of understand the process, because I mean, obviously there's already retail spaces there and their businesses are thriving and doing well. How do you keep them in business yet still redo everything?
Well, that's a very good question. I think the objective is Dana Point's going to stay in business, first of all. And it's going to be done through very, very careful phasing. And that doesn't, I'm not only talking about the commercial core, but I'm also talking about the marina and the hotels themselves. So, our job as far as, and again, going back to what Brian said, the fact that we are one team, that, we're all rowing from the same boat, so we're working together. That's very, very important in kind of the revitalization effort of this project in a way that is done properly. And so we're going to start with the commercial core. That will be the first phase. Then we're going to move on to the marina, and then it'll end with the hotels.
Okay, and the approximate time frame?
the commercial core component is about a 3-year build-out.
Okay.
And as Scott mentioned, it's very deliberate phasing. So we can actually go to work on the project without having to close people down, and without having the public, their enjoyment of the harbor to be impaired. So we're trying to keep the water side open, and keep the businesses open, and keep everything clean, neat, and tidy, and safe, and do that. And that's how we do it.
Okay.
So
any concerns or challenges that you see happening in the city with this going on?
Well, it's a matter of public outreach. We want to make sure that people know the harbor is still operating. People should come down to the harbor while we're under construction. This is a long-term project in that it's anywhere from 5 to 7 years, start to finish. It's a $330 million project.
Right.
And it's done without any public debt, which is a good thing for government.
Yeah, exactly.
I think one of the first things that will be completed should be the parking structure in the harbor, a 3-tiered parking structure, which is something that the community is really looking forward to. You know, in the harbor, we never have enough parking. So by getting the parking structure done first, that will really alleviate a lot of the fears for the community about coming down to the harbor, especially when it's under construction.
Right.
There will always be a place for them to park.
And when is groundbreaking here? Any idea? Like time frame?
Well, we have a process that we need to sort of abide by and honor with the city. The county has actually done some very heavy lifting on this project. Lisa, county staff, has been working on this project for a long time. And so we're fortunate enough to actually inherit a lot of hard work that's gone on. And so what we're seeking as far as entitlement goes is a much more simplified entitlement process for the retail portion as a result of all the hard work that the county's already done.
Okay.
So if everything goes according to plan, it could be really as soon as the next 12 months.
Oh, great.
So we're really looking forward to getting that process started. And like I say, we're sort of standing on the shoulders of some people that have done some really heavy lifting on this so far.
That's great. And you were working very closely with them on that.
Yes, I've been working on this project for a number of years through my time on the Dana Point City Council and as an alternate on the Planning Commission. So this project is really near and dear to my heart, but I think everyone in South Orange County we're all looking forward to getting this project underway. It's been something that we've dreamed about for many years, and so for it to come to fruition is truly a dream come true.
You're going to have to stay in government a lot longer now.
We hope so.
Is there any last comments you'd like to make?
No, I think that you made the comment, that Dana Point is a very successful place already. But I think our objective is going to be completely reimagined and reinvented with our plans. And so, we're going to solve things like the parking issues that exist down there if you drive down there on a weekend currently. And that's going to be done through a thoughtful parking approach as well. But, our objective is really kind of enhancing the public experience through open gathering spaces for events and public gatherings. Really kind of a pedestrian focus with pedestrian pathways and paseos, et cetera, and then new architecture, like I mentioned earlier.
Right. Okay, how about you?
Well, and I would also add to that integrating the hotel into the retail,
Right.
something that hasn't really been able to be maximized up to this point. Our vision, like I say, to bring the water side and the land side together gives us an opportunity to really integrate the entire harbor.
Right.
And people like to go down to the harbor, particularly a lot of people in Laguna Woods, they like to go down and they like to stroll the harbor. And so what we're going to do is create a sense of place that really connects all of the harbor together in a much improved way.
Well, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good because walking from one end to the other, and I like the concept of that.
Sure.
Okay, so we're going to take a break, and then when we come back, we are now going to be speaking with Bob Olson of R.D. Olson Development and Joe Uberoth, who is with Bellwether Financial Group, and they're going to be talking about the hotel portion of it as well as the marina revamp. So thank you both for being with us.
Pleasure.
Different is powerful, yet calming. Different is a friendly smile. Different is accepting, not judging.
Different is the unexplained, left to the imagination.
A day without plans, to walk, to explore, a coastal drive with no destination. Different is anything but predictable. Different can be good. At South County Lexus, you'll find different is amazing.
When I was first diagnosed, they gave me about 2 years to live.
After they took it out, they did some additional tests and it found out that yes, it was a cancerous tumor.
I had an aorta dissection and that triggered a stroke on top of it.
I've been in treatment a little over 2 years. They saved my life.
If I hadn't been pregnant, they would not have found that mass. If it hadn't been for Ben, I might not be here.
It was amazing that he has knowledge to do what he has to do to save me.
Welcome back. For this portion, we're now going to be talking to Bob Olson, who's with R.D. Olson Development, and also Joe Uberoff, who's with Bellwether Financial Group. And each one has a specific responsibility for the marina. So, Bob, let's start with you. So you are going to be in charge of the hotel portions.
Well, there's two hotels actually. So we have, in fact, there's the image of one of the hotels. One's a boutique hotel, 130 rooms. It's a restaurant, meeting space, exercise facilities, a pool, and all. We tear down the old hotel, the Marina Inn, and we move the new hotel to the waterfront. Really, it should have been there from day one.
Okay.
But underneath our hotel is parking. So we're preserving the parking for the boaters. As well, next to that hotel will be what we call a more affordable hotel. 2-star, if you will, but honestly, probably nicer. I don't want to say anything negative about what we have there today, but the 2-star hotel will be extremely even better than what's there now, but a more affordable option for travelers.
Okay.
And what we see for the hotels, we're really a window to what our community is for travelers and business folks that come in and guests of our own community. So if you have family members coming to town, we want you to send your family members to our hotels. It's the place to be. But when we talk about the hotels and what they do and what they represent, we really represent the community of Dana Point. And for a perfect example of this, what we did in Newport Beach, where we tore down the old City Hall, it's the Lido House Hotel with a rooftop lounge, and it's really everything about Newport Beach. And that's what this hotel is going to be. It's everything about Dana Point, the history, the culture, where we've come from, where we are today, and where we're going to.
So I would assume that you approach with all of your projects that way.
We do, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
So we've opened a number of hotels in Orange County in the last few years. We opened the Paseo Hotel in Huntington Beach on the oceanfront, 250 rooms, what we call a lifestyle hotel. This is a boutique hotel, much like Lido House.
Right.
And then we've opened a full-service Marriott in the Irvine Spectrum, which also has a rooftop lounge. Just received Hotel of the Year by Marriott International.
Congratulations, that's
last
great.
week. Yeah,
That's
so
great.
pretty exciting.
Okay, so I'm hearing like rooftop lounge and a couple of these things. What are you trying to tell us?
You know, it's full open. You're not up against the wall or inside a building. You're open. You're open to the elements, no doubt.
Right.
But there's just something about being on the rooftop. You know, with strung lights across, and it's just a great feeling with fire pits and a bar up there.
Right.
So.
Right. And what is your time frame? Obviously, you're not going to be starting for a little while yet.
Yeah, so we'll go through the EIR process to get through the city of Dana Point with a lot of input from our community. And then once we have that approval, we'll go to Coastal Commission. We hope we can be underway in 2 to 3 years, something like that.
Great. All right, perfect. So let's talk with you, Joe, a little bit about, obviously you have experience in marine development. Tell me kind of how you got to this point.
Our specialty is really the construction of marinas. This one is new for us, being the developer, and we're really excited. It's in our backyard. It's an unbelievable harbor. And one thing that I just find so compelling about this project is the community. You got a really passionate boater community. And we're not doing this just for ourselves. We're really doing it with the community. I've had a tremendous amount of input. We'll have 2,400 boat slips in the harbor, but also the Embarcadero, which is day boater use, and dry storage, which is another 700 boaters that we'll be servicing. We think it's going to be about 2 years to go through entitlement. We go directly to the Coastal Commission.
Okay.
And then we're going to build this over about 4 to 5 years by phasing it. We don't want to displace anybody in this harbor.
Well, and I know there was some concerns. I have friends who have boats down there. Plus, our community has a yacht club, and they have 2 sailboats down there. And so, I'm sure they're probably worried a little bit. What would you tell them?
I think they're pretty engaged, and I think they're pretty excited. The marina is tired. It needs to be rebuilt, and it needs to become a destination. I mean, in California, there's not a lot of places to go. And this is one unique asset where you can make it a destination.
Right.
Because it's more than just a marina. It's going to interplay with the hotels and with the commercial experience. And so we want people to not just come to the harbor through cars. We like them to come through the ocean.
Exactly.
We're going to be a gateway to people coming to this community.
Okay. Now, when you say that with the boats, is there some way, can they sort of pull up and then go to a restaurant? Will it be sort of that way kind of a thing?
Sure, that's the idea. If you see the plan, well, Joe, you talk to the...
What we're trying to do is use the outer basin because it's an obvious destination, but then also from there to be able to tender into the commercial core, into the hotels, at the same time allow people who enjoy the community, who aren't boaters, to be able to enter the water through paddle boarding, through surfing. We want to allow this to be an experience for anybody in this community.
Okay. All right. Well,
And for the boating community, as visitors come in, not enough rooms on the boat. Obviously, we're in the lodging
business. That's right. So you've got a lot of places to stay.
Plenty of
All right,
cabins
excellent.
in the hotel.
All right, perfect. And for you, what are some things that you envision, with what they're talking about?
I like the fact that it's going to be a brand new harbor from start to finish. So brand new hotels, waterside improvements, and also the commercial core, and everything will be tied together. It'll be one integrated project, which is what we've always envisioned for the harbor.
Okay. And you've lived here for a long time, so as a resident, what are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to everything. Bringing family and friends down to the harbor. We get people from around the world. Dana Point is an international tourist destination. We have 5-star hotels in our city, and the harbor really kind of pulls everything together for that great destination environment for people coming from around the world.
One thing is my company, we build marinas around the world. And one of the things that we want to do is bring the best ideas. How do we make this a marina not just for today's community, but for future generations?
Great.
We need to think about where marinas need to be 30 years from now, 60 years from now, and really make it an example that other people can follow.
Okay.
And part of it is bringing best practices. We really want this to be the cleanest marina, the most efficient and most welcoming marina that we'll see up and down the coast.
Okay, excellent. Well, it all sounds fantastic. Anything else you'd like to close with?
We're ready to get started.
Yes. I can gather.
We are.
You guys are anxious. That's great. Well, thank you both for joining us. And Lisa, thank you so much for
So
bringing this
welcome.
together.
Pleasure.
I really look forward to all of your updates.
We will keep you posted.
All right, sounds great.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Well, I'd like to thank all of our guests today, and thank you for joining us.